Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
Hey there.
Been waiting for this day for a while.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about today, huh?
I don't know. I plead the fifth.
David called this yesterday. Because we were talking about this, and I was like, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for Rand Paul to go after him. This is going to be fun. It's going to be theater. Van Camp says, well, he'll probably plead the fifth. I'm like, no, he's not going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, because he could still go to jail.
Yeah.
If he perjured himself today.
Yeah.
And his lawyers knew that.
Yeah.
And he was definitely going to perjure himself. So they told him, don't talk at all.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And
But Julia Roberts still loves me.
This is what we were missing yesterday. This is exactly what we were missing. Yeah, I wonder if Streisand's still going to take his calls now.
Who knows,
I
man?
doubt it.
Who knows? And I know more than likely nothing comes from this. Mm-hmm. But at least for one day, that guy had to sit there and just take it.
Yes.
Exactly what he put everybody through.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that. The nation got to hear it.
And no, they didn't.
Well, they got to hear what he's accused of.
No, they didn't. That's the sad thing.
What do you mean, no, they didn't?
Because so many friends of ours and family members will never even see
I see what you mean.
what happened today because media still protects this guy. That is the unfortunate thing.
There was about a 30-second story this morning on Good Morning America that it was going to happen.
We'll see
Or
how they
today's
do
show,
tomorrow.
rather. Yeah.
Because I know for most of us, right, someone pleads the fifth, what does that tell you?
Guilty.
Yeah, you got something to hide.
Exactly. What I'm waiting for to see how many legacy media outlets play it this way. Just because you plead the fifth doesn't mean you're guilty of anything.
Yeah.
It could just mean you're not looking to get in any sort of trouble that the GOP could twist your words, because we know that Trump goes after his political opponents.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of trouble can you get into if you're telling the truth?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you do have Fifth Amendment protections, and I think that's okay. I mean, I know, like, colloquially or just the common person hears it and is like, well, that person's obviously guilty. But, you know, for this, it's kind of avoiding what is probably going to be described as a perjury trap with Anthony Fauci. And there's a real open question, I mean, as to whether or not he can invoke the Fifth Amendment for things that he's already been pardoned for. Because it's kind of a legal gray area. But, like, for example, if I were convicted of dealing cocaine and then I got a pardon because I'm cool like that.
Because you know people.
Because I know people. I get a pardon. Now the DEA, FBI, everybody wants to come talk to me about my cocaine operation. Well, I can't really plead the fifth because there is no incrimination anymore, unless I'm still doing it or unless I lie to them in the future. But I would have no reason to because, well, I've got my pardon. Now, here's the gray area. If they start asking about an alleged heroin side deal I was running, well, now I'm not sure I'm not gonna invoke my Fifth Amendment privileges.
Well, not only that, there is the auto pen part of this.
Yes.
With the pardon that legally people are still not sure of. So, yeah, a lot of gray area there.
But I like the fact that they're like, well, he can't answer questions, but his attorney can.
Yeah.
Well, and if you missed some of the grilling, here's a couple of examples. We'll start, with Josh Hawley?
Yeah, well, Josh Hawley did a little bit of trolling of Anthony Fauci.
Okay.
Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the...
He's just going to do that all day?
Oh, yeah. Which there is part of me that finds that more satisfying than him just deflecting yet again because he had to sit there and take it. I know people thought he was nervous because he was shaking a lot.
Oh, he was shaking.
I mean, he was going full on country, thank you.
Yeah.
There. I don't know if that was nerves, though. I mean, I'm sure nerves is a part of it, but to me, I'm thinking like, man, that guy is probably also pissed beyond belief because he's like, yeah, how dare you question Anthony Fauci? Sorry.
So you do the voice better than me. You're texting me, man, miss you here. You do it better than I do.
He's doing Fauci.
Yeah, that's true. that's the thing. And I can't do it all that effectively right now because I got the crud.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when you can't answer what color your tie is or the carpet, you sound like a clown. So at least there is that. And then I'm watching it as Bernie Moreno takes over.
Yeah.
And, okay, I know people say that, well, he was just grandstanding. Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it. Here's part of it.
Your advice to communities like that, to idiotic politicians who enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside.
Crazy.
When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the do you think you were for doing that?
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Well, he was talking about that Ohio mom who had a mask apparently in her back pocket but didn't want to wear it because you're outside at a football game.
Yes.
And she said she had asthma at the time, and then they carted her away, and they tased her.
Yeah. It was nuts. We all had our crazy stories from the time. And I know I've said it before, but it's like 95 degrees, heat index 105. High school golf match. My son, all his teammates, and the opposing teams out there on the course with masks. Sweating through them. Just absolutely idiotic.
Well, I mean, I've told the story about my granddaughter's band concert.
Yeah.
Where they had the little slits in their masks so they could play their instruments.
Exactly.
What the hell is going on here?
The virus will transfer all over the golf course. Even when you're a fair way away.
Well,
if it's the Markley kid, he probably can't hit a fairway anyway like his old man. Anyway, just a joke, man. And then,
boy.
The lawyer for Fauci got booted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he kept trying to talk over the people on the committee while he was pleading the fifth. One of his lawyers got kicked out because he kept trying to talk. Rand Paul had enough.
Okay.
This testimony is from Anthony Fauci. This is not a game with his lawyers. He can advise. His lawyers can give him advice. He's got a half dozen here. They're all allowed to talk to him.
Yes.
All right? But the attorneys are not recognized. In fact, the attorney was told not to sit at the table, and he's not obeying that recommendation. There's a row behind you, sir. That's where you were told to sit, and you're not. And now you're disrupting the proceedings. And so, look, this is the way Anthony Fauci wants to be remembered. For a lawyer not listening to the rules. That's the way you want to be remembered, and that's what you're going to do. You are not recognized, sir. Security, please remove him from the room.
You're gone. You're done.
Yeah, good.
Was there an applause light in there?
No, there's not. And
I didn't think so. That was organic, wasn't it?
the other thing that's really, satisfying about this whole thing, because he had to sit there and take it, but also this is probably the first time that he's ever been in the, 250 times that he's been in front of a congressional committee. The first time you've got a lot of people there who don't like you, who don't respect you, who think
That's
you
right.
lied to people to feed your own ego.
You did, and protected yourself.
And so, you had people laughing at him when he was just pleading the fifth. You had people cheering when his lawyer got the boot. That's very unfamiliar territory for St. Anthony Fauci.
Oh, 100%. That's a great point. And I know over the last couple of days, you guys have done plenty of flashbacks of Fauci with different things. That whole crap in 2020, it came from the web market. But in his diary, which is unbelievable that he kept that diary. I know you guys mentioned this.
On a government server.
Dude, not
What
the
are
smartest
you
dude.
What is going on here?
But the day before said we know it didn't come from the wet market.
Right.
Yeah.
You lied through your teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, you caught, and you admitted in the diary.
Yes.
It's just, okay, more on that a little bit later. Someone else is swearing. That would be President Trump.
Yeah, well, there was a surprise attack on U.S. forces in Jordan from Iran, and, well, the president got on the phone with Fox News' Trey Yingst, and here's the report from the pro, Trey.
Oh, yeah, he is a bro.
President Trump tells Fox News about Iran, we are going to beat the effing S out of them. He went on to say, we'll be hitting them hard. They're going to get a beating. So clearly the United States is going to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope so, because enough is enough with all this stuff.
Dude, and here's the thing. I don't even mean to make light of it because it's serious stuff. They say a surprise attack. Well, yeah. Aren't they all?
Well, for the most part, yeah. I don't think they telegraph it ahead of time, no.
No. And even if they did, who cares? You got to hit them hard afterward anyway.
You do.
You know, it's just crazy. Okay. Other news out there. What is the deal with this Cornell student?
Okay, so there's this 19-year-old student at Cornell who's gotten a lot of attention because he really doesn't like the Jews. Austin Franco is his name. Now, he applied for an internship a while back, then skipped the interview. The company messaged him, hey, are you still interested? And he responded, quote, not interested in working for a Jew. And so that went viral. And Piers Morgan interviewed him, and wow, you know, elite universities are really not sending their best. This is probably the worst analogy I've ever heard.
Okay, roll it.
I've had enough experiences that were displeasing that I didn't want to be around them. It's just a preference, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you had a problem with Asian people or midgets, right? Like, let's say you're around 10 midgets, right? And all of them are really mean to you. They step on your feet, right? You're going to say, okay, I don't want to be around you anymore. And if your boss is somehow a midget, you're going to say, listen, I don't want to work for you because you're a midget. It might not be a nice thing to say, but is it really worth losing our marbles over this?
Why are the midgets catching strays here, man? What's going on?
Where's Hank?
I know. Well, I mean, Hank Johnson did expose the danger of the midgets by saying if you get 30 of them together, they could beat a giant in a cage match.
He did say that. My gosh, I've never heard anything quite like this before,
what
man.
What happens when you put in a cage fight a giant in with a midget? You got midgets against giants.
You don't want to work with them anymore, I'll tell you that,
will
Hank.
Not win the fight, I'm going to tell you that. You put 30 midgets in with the giant.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you put the midgets together.
Yeah.
Like
the
on
giants
stacked.
take real good care of the midgets as long as the midgets do what the giants want them to do.
Look eye to eye
now
with the
they're
giant.
going to crush the midgets.
Yes.
Midgets get a chance to speak with one voice. And the midgets then have a chance collectively to speak eye to eye with the midget.
That's right, Hank. Now, what about the Jews? I can't wait for that one, Hank.
Jews and midgets. Oh my God.
What if you work with a bunch of Asians or midgets? What? What's going on?
Right.
You talk about midgets, and Fauci's like, quit picking on me today.
He's a gnome.
The
not a
5
midget.
stories we're watching today next.
Quiet down, French comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Number 5, another strange coincidence here. I'm assuming New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani has an 18-member legal advisory committee, and there are some legal groups who are saying, wait a minute, how do you have 0 Jewish people on this?
Because he can't stand Jewish people.
He hates Jews. Yeah.
Part of the plan.
Are you telling me that that's not just a strange coincidence? Number 4, the Kentucky governor is demanding proof of life for Senator Mitch McConnell, who's been out of the spotlight for weeks due to health issues. Team McConnell's posture apparently is, you'll get nothing and like it. Number 3.
Got to admit, if you flip the parties, you'd be like, what's going on?
I think the proof of life needs to be done. Yes.
There are a whole lot of people who are, even on the right, who are like, what the hell is actually going on with them?
Exactly.
Have you seen the AI videos?
I did.
He's put out a couple of pictures, Mitch McConnell has, of him next to his wife, where he's like with today's newspaper on it.
Right.
And then they run it through AI and they have him like jumping up and dancing.
Yeah.
See, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to know what's going on with that guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Gets out of bed, he starts dancing around the room. It's hilarious.
Number 3, President Trump telling Fox News that the U.S. will respond after attacks on U.S. forces in Jordan by Iran. He said, quote, we're going to beat the bleeping bleep out of them. Number 2, Anthony Fauci pleading the fifth today, refusing to answer questions at a Senate hearing, which may set him up for a contempt of Congress charge because the pardon he got might plausibly negate that Fifth Amendment privilege, among other issues. And then number 1, Rand Paul wasting no time, announcing that the committee will be holding a vote to hold Dr. Fauci in contempt of Congress.
Okay.
Let's go then. Let's go. I'm all good with it.
We'd all like to see something come of this.
Absolutely.
Not getting my hopes up.
We'll see. Wrecked lives, man. Wrecked lives.
We'll see. David, last night you had texted Scott and I that the Tony Romo drunk driving arrest video was out.
Yeah.
So you watched it, Scott.
Yeah.
Watched it. What did you think watching it? And if you haven't seen it, you can hear at least part of it.
Where are you coming from?
The golf course. And I'm going to meet Grandma and Grandpa.
I'll take a driver's license from you.
You got it.
How many drinks have you had?
And
As
then
of
it
right
forwards.
now, we're on a leveled ground. We're on a bridge. I want to convey you somewhere that's going to be an even surface, free of debris.
Yes, I agree. So we don't get hit.
Turn around for me.
What's strange to me, and I know I'll sound like a homer for Romo on this, I don't hear him slur.
No, I didn't either. I wondered myself.
He's kind of got the buzzed, goofy grin on.
Yeah, like buzzed, I could see.
Yeah.
No, we've learned buzz driving is drunk driving,
That's
sir.
true.
Yeah, so you could be like 0.08, depending on the state, right?
Right. But there wasn't the outwardly slobbering and, not being able to do the straight line thing. None of that. But.
Yeah. And the actual test itself,
Yeah.
when he's got to walk the straight line.
Right.
At first, I'm watching him like, he just walked in a straight line. Yeah, but it wasn't toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So what do you think? Is he going to beat that rap?
I don't know. I thought it was interesting that at least the portions I saw, he didn't name drop himself.
No.
Yeah.
I think she knew who he was.
Yeah. I did like the, because when they go to level ground and she asks him, have you had any head injuries? I think it was NFL memes. They put that question and he like freezes for a second. And then it's just a montage of times he's been knocked down to the turf.
Oh, yeah.
Hello,
Gosh.
darkness, my old friend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. All right, more on the whole Fauci thing. And James Tallarico loves black people. He says it again. All coming up right here. All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay. So the socialists trying to take over the Democratic Party.
Yes.
We've got a candidate here.
Oh, yeah. And they're not all that bright. Socialist Francesca Hong is likely going to be the Democrat nominee in the Wisconsin governor's race. She's a big-time supporter of defunding the police. But suddenly, like during a debate, says she wouldn't sign a bill to defund the police. And, well, afterwards in the spin room, she was asked about that.
Okay. Which is it?
Why do you believe that the police must still exist?
Still exist? Because the reality of this moment and the types of public safety systems that we have, I want us to be sensible and realistic, but we know now that the billions invested in the criminal legal system is not working. We are spending on incarcerating an individual more than tuition for UW-Madison. This.
Yeah, we need to spend more.
Yeah.
We need actually more people in jail.
I've never heard that equation before. Holy smokes.
Right.
Wow, is that a reach? Okay.
What this moment calls for, what every moment calls for is criminals going to jail. It's pretty simple.
This is about making sure that local law enforcement, is working with community, that we are taking resources from the state and investing in things like public education, victim services, out-of-school programs for our kids to go and have a great, be able to be themselves. These are things that data...
Be themselves.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
That means when a young kid becomes a gangbanger, they just couldn't be themselves.
Kids need to be themselves, and that means crime. What?
Right.
They could have been playing putt-putt golf after school. But no. There was horseplay going on with guns.
What I've noticed is the bad kids, those after-school programs don't really appeal to them.
Right.
They got no... It's organized play. We don't want that.
Dopey?
No.
You should know this by now. You're supposed to be educated.
And facts have shown that prevent crime. Again, if you want to be
No, it
tough
doesn't.
on crime, you better be tough on causes.
Do you still long-term want to abolish police? But ultimately?
I believe that we have to be serious about public safety, and I'm going to be a governor that is more serious than anyone else in making sure that we are building systems of care, that we are focusing
Systems
on
of care? You need to lock up criminals.
Right.
This isn't hard. Three Jamokes could figure it out. You just follow the trends.
Systems
for
of
a little
care
while.
Sounds like a movie, doesn't it? A rom-com of some kind?
Well, yes.
Yes.
It's like you feminize everything
Absolutely,
with this
yes.
big, open, bleeding heart. Well, if we just gave him these things, then
We've
the
done.
crimes-
We've
No, it
tried
doesn't
all
work.
of this. We've done all of this. We've dumped money into all
Of
these
course.
after-school programs. You can't force people to go.
Roll it.
guns off of our street.
Guns off our street. How you going to do that?
Yeah.
How you going to do that?
We are focusing on lowering crime, getting guns off of our street, and making sure that folks...
You know how you could get guns off the street? Automatic prison if you're caught with an illegal gun.
I'd vote for you based on that.
They won't do it.
Yep.
Okay.
And making sure that folks who are incarcerated, which 90% of those folks will be going back to community, that we're lowering recidivism rate. And it's, appalling to me that, for folks who are working within our prisons, they have some of the highest suicide rates of any job and occupation. So this system is not working. If we want to be serious, we better be putting these billions into the things that we know prevent crime.
And right after
Like
that,
what?
one of her aides whisked her away because they knew she was circling the drain.
Oh, yeah, because we were borderline McGurkin anyway.
Yeah.
We were heading in that direction where none of this makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
None of it does.
No. I mean, for a young, naive person, that might sound really cool. Like, hey, you know, if this was just tried and maybe this would work. Because I think most people, honestly, would like to see a society where there's not a whole lot of crime and everybody can flourish and everyone has opportunities. But we know that if you defund the police and start saying, well, if we just take that money and give it to these programs,
right,
for these, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It's never worked.
Unless it's tough on juveniles.
Yes.
And there's an expectation and a punishment.
Yes.
My gosh.
But it's not lining up signal file to go outside and look at butterflies.
No, absolutely not. Is that what they do?
I don't. It's all these
The
softy
school butterfly
it's all
programs.
These programs, you know, they're built around these kids who you think are going to want to just come.
Midnight.
Right.
It's midnight butterfly catching.
It is, yeah. And today we'll go out into our magic garden and we'll look at, you know.
Teacher, why is there a homeless person shooting up heroin in the garden?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay, other news out there. Boy, it seems like Trump's a little irritated with Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Because Netanyahu had publicly announced, you know, we have the proof that Iran's still trying to develop a nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump's like, yeah, that's not news to me. I don't know why he did that.
Well, I don't need Bibi to tell me that. Bibi's telling me that because he wants me to stay involved. I mean, I don't necessarily. We have the finest, because of Space Force, we have the greatest cameras in the world focused on. We know exactly what's going on. But, no, I heard Bibi announce that. I said, why don't you just tell it to me? Why do you have to announce it to the world? I know exactly what's going on at Pickaxe. It's not a big problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Little rift there.
Mm-hmm.
But according to Netanyahu, no, it's all good. Same goals.
Yeah.
As it's always been. So we'll
Pickaxe
see.
Mountain.
We'll see where that goes. Sounds like a Disney ride, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Come get on Pickaxe Mountain.
Yeah.
Or a Neil Young song.
Oh, gosh. It would suck then.
Oh, to live on Pickaxe Mountain.
Pickaxe Mountain.
With all the bombs and
night.
nuclear weapons.
Ugh. All right. It's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, today, what's your story?
Well, James Tallarico, that's the weird little guy. He's a Democrat running for Senate in Texas, and he has a huge problem with the black vote, partially because he is kind of a weird little guy. And yeah, he is.
He is, yeah.
And the black community, even among Democrats, not really down with the whole, like, there are 6 genders.
No.
You know, Jesus, yeah, I'm a Christian, but take him or leave him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a problem, especially in the black community. Well, he's throwing $25 million at black outreach, and this is
Yes!
Just give them money.
Listen, what does it take to win you people over?
Here's cash.
Cash?
He's talking about it with CBS News.
Okay.
Well, there is no way to win Texas without black Texans. If we're going to do that effectively, we have to show up for, invest in, and listen to black communities. And that's what we've been doing over the course of this campaign.
Invest.
You know,
we give them money.
That's always the word, isn't it? Investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, listen, you can't win Texas without black Democrats.
Buying votes.
And as a guy that appears to be, well, a little funny and rumored to be other things that is not all that popular within the black community, we got to throw some cash at him now.
You know, we have been convening black business leaders, black faith leaders, black elected officials all over this state, in the big metro areas and in the smaller towns. I've been visiting black-owned businesses and black churches all over Texas. I've been appearing on black media here in DFW, in Houston, and national black media. And then we've been holding these town hall discussions, including in Houston on Sunday and in DeSoto yesterday.
I love black people!
Yeah.
I love black people!
Yes!
First thing I thought, too. First thing I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Say it, James.
Yes.
Someone
Please.
make him say it.
Please.
That would be
Jasmine Crockett,
incredible.
please salvage me. I'm begging you. What do you want?
Oh, gosh. All right, Scotty, what do you got for your story?
The summer of 2020, a few months into the COVID-19 school shutdowns, as many as 2.5 million kids found themselves newly homeschooled. About 5.5% of the families had previously homeschooled, but as 41 states required their schools to close, the number doubled to about 11%. Most had endured Zoom school, and some of the parents noticed for the first time, by the way, what their kids were actually learning, because you got to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You were watching it on the video screens,
Yeah.
right? Many were working from home and doing that themselves, so they got a chance to look at it and went, wait a minute, I don't want my kids involved in this. Homeschooling numbers dipped a bit from 21 to 23 when the restrictions were eased, and some of the families returned their kids to the classrooms. But many continued homeschooling. This number, in 2024, the number of homeschooling families stood at around 6.5%. That's a pretty sizable number. That places what they once required a fringe movement into more of a mainstream movement, which they're seeing increase as more and more schools turn to wokenomics and whatever else is going on. So anyway, good news for homeschools.
Good.
And we're proponents of homeschooling.
I mean,
if you can do it, if you're smart enough to do it and you're good enough to do it, why not?
I've heard, it now work out for a few people, but for the most.
Overwhelmingly, the ones I know.
Yes, it's worked out really well, I would say. Okay, for my story, I see the headline, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I see David Lee Roth and Alex Van Halen reuniting.
I saw that too. What's
like,
that all about?
Whoa. Now, I know that Alex Van Halen has all these lost tapes, recordings of he and Eddie, music, and someone, and Steve Lukather's working on this, like for some sort of release, so like a Van Halen album. Like, is he going to get Roth to sing that? That's not what they're reuniting about. Because, they've been at each other's throats.
Oh, yeah.
At different times. It's for a TED Talk that's happening tomorrow.
A TED Talk with David Lee Roth
and Alex Van Halen.
Oh, no.
Yes. This is going on in Fargo, North Dakota. They're going to be talking about Van Halen. I don't know what else. Yeah, sure, why not bring in some Van Halen? I mean, I'm interested to see it.
Well, I guess.
The Alex Van Halen book is fantastic if you're a fan.
I read it. Yeah.
Really good. But, Dave just canceled the tour, and rightfully so.
He has time on his hands, I guess, huh?
Every time there was some terrible clip of Roth singing again, David would send it to me, almost to say, remember when you thought that guy was cool? Listen, man, by the time you were born, him and his prime was already over, David. You weren't, 11 years old when that first album came out, okay?
He's
Stop it.
still doing the tight leather pants.
Yeah.
Got armadillos in my trousers.
Yes.
He's doing the microphone thing where he twirls it around like a baton. Yeah.
Well, and thrusting and all of that.
The act is the same.
I know.
The act is exactly the same.
Embarrassing.
Before that last tour in 2015, and Eddie still played great. Have you ever seen the interview that Eddie did with Billboard magazine? Where he's like, Dave, I don't understand him. He has no self-awareness. He thinks he's still in his 20s. He's not.
Yeah.
Like, he's just ripping his lead singer before a tour started. It's wild.
Yeah.
Well,
But anyway.
in his defense, Eddie knew that David Lee Roth can't read, so.
He's actually a very smart guy. Seriously.
I believe you.
But, dude. Yeah, so I'll be interested to see what the TED Talk is, but I would not go on that tour if I'm Alex, that's for sure.
Will there be any scat singing?
I hope not. All right. Oh, a drug dealer shouts out to his baby as he's getting arrested. And a news update next. You don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. Just buy groceries, fill up the tank, or pay a utility bill. The question is, what do you do about it? Sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
That's why you should check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years, and they put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. When you request your copy, you get no sales pitch, no obligation, just information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to help protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
Learn about your options. Do it today. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MBCR for your free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MBCR. Tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-297-7049. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-297-7049. 800-297-7049. 800-297-7049.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Yes, a lot of people talk about the weight loss injections because they get results. But a lot of people that want to lose significant weight don't want to deal with needles. It kind of freaks them out. There's another group of people that have heard about the side effects that come with the shots. Mm-hmm. And they definitely don't want any of the Depends things that they would have.
Yeah.
I'm not making that
I
up.
know. It just...
But if you're in that boat and want to lose significant weight and wish there was an alternative, there is. It's called Lean.
Yeah, it's just an oral supplement you take with breakfast, and you're off and running. It works like the shots, no needles. Lean uses studied ingredients shown to help manage blood sugar, control appetite and cravings, and support your body to lose weight and keep that weight off.
Yeah, not for the casual dieter either. So if you got one of those guys, I could drop 3 or 4 pounds. Well, Brickhouse Nutrition designed this product, Lean, for the frustrated dieter, somebody who's trying to drop 10 pounds or more. So let's get you started right now. 20% off plus free rush shipping. Go to takelean.com. Use the promo code MVCR to add lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. That's MVCR at takelean.com.
News update, David Van Camp.
Well, this is kind of wild. eBay and former top executives of eBay will pay $55 million to resolve a lawsuit alleging an elaborate harassment campaign against a couple who wrote blogs critical of eBay. The couple, Ina and David Steiner, accused eBay leadership of mailing a series of threatening deliveries to their home in 2019, which included a box of live cockroaches, a bloody pig's head mask, and a funeral wreath. eBay pleaded guilty a couple years ago in a criminal case over the harassment and paid a $3 million penalty at the time. Following criminal charges, 7 employees of the companies were sentenced to prison terms ranging from 1 to 5 years.
For harassing these people for being critical of them.
Yeah, they had a blog, and, well, they were critical of eBay, and then so some people apparently took it upon themselves to try to punish them for it.
What was the pig's head thing again?
It was a bloody pig's head mask.
Yeah. It wasn't a real pig's head. I thought the same
No.
thing when I read it. I'm like, oh, no. No, it was a mask of a pig's head.
Because some people have sent other people pig's heads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, real ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're crazy.
Yeah, they're usually connected somehow with some really bad people.
Yes. All right, we got to get to Nimrods. Like, I feel like we already started.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's in the news. We go to Florida. 29-year-old Donnie Williams pulled over, and he tried to run. He just ran right into the woods. Police then used a canine unit to track him down. He was hiding in thick brush. And at the same time, he was on the phone with his lady.
Oh, yeah?
And the thing is, he probably knew he was going to go back to prison. He's done 2 stints before, totaling 8 years. Police said he had a backpack with loaded handgun, 203 grams of meth, 17 grams of fentanyl, 7 grams of crack cocaine.
Wow.
So he probably knows he's going
For
back.
a while, yeah.
So in the body cam footage, you can hear Donnie shouting into the phone that he loves her. It's like, I love you. We have the audio if you want to hear it. I'm sure you do. Roll it.
Come out to me! I don't care! Come out to me! Show me your hand! Can you grab my phone, please? No, we'll get it. Man, I love you, baby. Please, man, I love you, baby. Keep your hands out. That's what's on.
Turn it on your stomach.
Man, I love
Turn it
you,
on
baby.
your stomach.
Get off your phone.
Boy, how does she tell the rest of the family, yeah, Donnie's going back to jail, but he said he loved me.
He was a good provider.
Yeah, you know.
Man, I love you, baby. Please, man, I love you, baby.
I love her, man. And that's Nimrod's in the news.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The monthly Van Camp and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. I plead the fifth.
Oh, boy.
111 times.
Yes, that is the final tally from Dr. Anthony Fauci. Science.
Could you bet on that on Polymarket, by the way, David?
Oh, I'm
Sorry
sure you
to
could.
interrupt, but I should have put some money on that. I would have gone under, probably. That seems like a lot.
If I were you, Scott, I wouldn't put money on anything with your record.
No, you're right. But, I can't help myself.
And before you would do that, I would say, hey, pay up, because you owe me.
I know. I'm forever indebted to you, and the interest is killing me.
Oh, it's down at like 88, I think.
Yeah.
But we could bet on something later today.
15% interest or something you're getting.
I would have said under 111, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, definitely, right? Because that seems like a preposterously high number.
Well, my goodness. When he wouldn't answer a question like this.
Do you have that in front of you?
A folder.
Yeah.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
Let the record record that the witness has refused to answer whether there's a folder in front of him based on his Fifth Amendment right.
I hear the laughter.
People laughing, yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
My goodness, man.
It's probably the first time where a majority of the people in a hearing that features Anthony Fauci, the majority of those people have actually been against him, like rooting against him. It's a very unfamiliar land for him.
Yeah. And it was good to see. I don't know if anything comes of it, but there are certainly questions. So Biden gave him the pardon, but that was the auto pen. And then when he's not cooperating, I know he was pleading the fifth so he wouldn't perjure himself because he still could be found guilty of that. But there's another part of this that's kind of a gray area, David. You brought it up earlier.
Yeah, well, the gray area is if he has accepted that pardon for everything that happened before the pardon was issued, then does he actually have the ability to invoke his Fifth Amendment right? Now, again, it's kind of in that weird gray area. I know there are some people who will say, no, it's absolutely not possible, or yes, it's absolutely possible. I don't know. This is a pretty unique circumstance, and it'll have to get tested. And that test is going to come in the form of a contempt of Congress charge, it appears.
Yeah. Man, oh, man. Did you guys happen to hear the Joni Ernst part of this?
I didn't. I
Oh,
know
dude.
She was there, yes.
Because this was not just coronavirus stuff. I'll just play a little bit of the clip here.
The Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Dr. Fauci, we have learned that U.S. coronavirus researchers at UNC shipped, quote, humanized or transgenic mice to China by around 2017 for use in their dangerous coronavirus work. Under your NIAID coronavirus, researchers also used aborted baby body parts in mice research, and taxpayers paid for them to do that. NIH-funded coronavirus researcher Dr. Ralph Barrick and his colleagues at UNC put parts of livers, thymuses, and chunks of human fetal lung that they got from aborted, almost 5-month-old human babies. They put those parts in their research mice. They disgustingly named them BLT-L mice and wrote they had created a, quote, sandwich of aborted body parts in the mice. Get it, folks? BLT.
Yeah. That was stuff people had no idea about. That was also a part of that hearing today. Think that one's going to be covered on Good Morning America tomorrow?
Oh, that's awfully tough to hear.
It is, but it's not going to be covered. But that's happening. That happened.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's absolutely brutal. When I first walked in here today, the first thing you said to me, Scott, was, that guy's a monster.
He is a monster. Yeah. I stand with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And all these progressives that are like, well, you know, Donald Trump also took the fifth, and you know.
Oh, Bernie Moreno, you had the clip earlier, David, him saying, who the do you think you are?
Well, that's
Fauci?
just it, right? I
But
mean,
he also,
play...
no, hold on a second. He also mentioned that he wants to make an ad out of all of the Democrats today that said, was still defending him.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the people at the RNC were listening, and they've already got this thing getting ready to roll.
Oh, they do.
Because you got to put that out in front of people right now.
Yeah. Because there are even Democratic voters that are now finding out exactly what happened during COVID and can't believe it.
You get up there and defend this guy today.
Oh,
golly.
Yeah, it's something, man. It's something. And Rand Paul talking to Fauci instead of an apology?
Yeah. Well, so I think he calmly, Rand Paul did, took a blowtorch to the guy in the opening statement saying, you know, normal people would say, all right, let's reflect on this, apologize for some blown calls, and then move forward to try to figure out how we could have done things better.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what he did.
No, it is not.
Instead of an apology, you have for years avoided responsibility. Regarding the lockdowns, you argue that you did not personally issue every lockdown order, close every school, or impose every mandate. But officials across the country invoked your authority to justify these decisions. And you presented your recommendations not as judgments open to debate, but as dictates of science itself. Your own words demonstrate that you understood the influence you exercised. On March 14th, 2020, you wrote that the task force recommendations were driven by me, yourself, Deb, and CDC. The next day you wrote that you had convinced Mayor Bill de Blasio to close the New York City schools, so you were involved.
I didn't close down the schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
That same night, Governor Gavin Newsom's chief of staff told you that the governor had decided to close California schools, bars, and restaurants after watching you on television. Presidents, governors, mayors, school boards, corporations, and Congress all bear responsibility for the decisions they made. The COVID lockdown, however, could never have been inflicted without you aiding and abetting the crime. Children lost years of education. Small businesses built over a lifetime disappeared. Patients delayed cancer screenings and other medical care. Families were separated from dying relatives. Workers were ordered to accept a medical procedure or lose their jobs. Worship assembly, employment, education, and travel were restricted in the name of science. While you did not impose every restriction, you used your public authority to justify them.
You know, and not only that, you had a media that wouldn't question things.
Yeah.
They were running cover for him.
Oh, yeah.
The dinners with Jake Tapper and Jake Tapper's wife with Fauci.
Dude.
And then he writes about it in his diary.
Dude, and we played some of the flashbacks of Jake Tapper with Anthony Fauci yesterday, where Fauci and he are talking about, well, yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas, probably off the table, right around the same time that they were having dinner together.
Yes.
Like, it's so infuriating because, you know, Jake Tapper, Mr. Newsman himself, seems to really just want to be in the cool kids club. And it is amazing watching this, watching his X account today, because, you know, he's a newsman, right? So surely he'd be following this, right? Let's see. About the time the hearing was beginning, Jake Tapper is naming the favorite Jack Nicholson films. He can...
Wow.
And he ended it was Easy Rider, 5 Easy Pieces, Carnal Knowledge, Chinatown, Cuckoo's Nest, Postman Always Rings Twice, blah, blah, blah. I mean, how much time do you got, says Jake Tapper. Retweeted one story from CNN about Dr. Anthony Fauci invoking his Fifth Amendment right. He didn't comment on it, just a retweet. Now retweets a story about U.S. military weapons stockpiles, a post about an old colleague of his who passed away. A podcast about a parent trying to honor the memory of his late son. a cartoonist about Caitlin Collins, and something about polling in Wisconsin and Michigan.
Wow.
Nothing to say.
Guy's a hack.
He is a hack.
Terrible. And you know what? I said to Scott earlier, if the dude came out and said, listen, like a lot of us at the beginning of COVID, we're all just trying to figure out what's going on, try to get our feet on the ground. And you know what? I just believed everything that Fauci said to a large degree. I should have did a better job as a journalist into checking out some things. And I want you to know, viewer, that feel like I dropped the ball a little bit on that one. And I want to make sure you know that I plan to do better in the future. Whatever. Say something.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
No, he's not going to say anything.
Well, and I think when Rand Paul said, and we talked a little bit about this too yesterday, is the institution itself has been damaged and harmed.
100%.
Because if something comes up again and happens again, and it may in our lifetime, certainly, you know, are we going to trust the person delivering the news that they're on the up and up, that they're giving us
Nope.
this? No, we're not.
You're not.
That has been taken away. You've stripped yourself from that.
Yes.
Of absolutely, that's heinous enough.
Talk to people in the medical field that are very frustrated by all that.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
Thanks, dude.
I mean, you just,
Yeah.
for everybody. We're going to look at it skeptically from here on out.
And Jake Tapper, the guy that writes the book after the fact,
Well,
Joe
yeah.
Biden, boy, that was a cover-up. You didn't cover it, dude.
No, you had a chance.
And now you got the Biden tapes out there from the ghostwriter.
Oh, yeah.
That Joe Biden himself, they were trying to do everything possible legally not to let the release of this stuff happen. And, man, the parts of it, I understand why he didn't want it out. And this was right after he was vice president. This is 2017.
Right.
And he couldn't remember names of his own staff from when he was vice president. I mean, that's later that year, for crying out loud.
Team that said, including the two guys who I think were with me, were the guy at Princeton now, the economist, good guy, was our chief economic advisor, not Kaufman.
Applesauce.
Think of his name. And the guy back out at the University of Chicago with a funny name. I'll think of it.
Funny.
Goolsby is one.
Goolsby.
Yeah, Goolsby is in Chicago.
And the other guys at Princeton.
Yeah.
We should write the name down so we keep reading.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Funny name.
Applesauce.
Auchinclaw sauce?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And then
Oh, boy.
he admits to having classified documents.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
So this was early on in 2009. I just found all the classified stuff downstairs.
What?
Some of this may be classified, so be careful. Okay. I'm not sure. It's not more classified, but the next thing I have here is this is classified.
This is classified.
Something that goes to the presidential papers.
I don't think so. It was in between. I didn't want to turn them in.
I didn't want to turn it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
My notes. My
How
documents.
about a little flashback to 2022, where award-winning journalist Scott Belly.
Oh, yeah, this is a great one.
Boy, this guy's
Yep.
really good at asking the tough questions and holding feet to the fire with Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked this question.
When you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods? By that I mean names of people who helped, or et cetera. And it just totally irresponsible.
Totally irresponsible.
I love that too. Like, he needs to dumb it down a little bit when somebody says sources and methods, just in case you don't know.
Right, of course. He couldn't remember their name anyway. I think it was Secretary Num 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 or whatever. Yeah, you have more of that and the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead, right here.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and now the 5 stories we're watching today.
Okay, number 5, this ought to do it. Chicago has posted 7,000 signs across city buses and trains warning
Oh, my God.
violence on the CTA will not be tolerated.
Well, that's all you had to do.
Isn't this the dumbest? I mean, seriously.
It's like a lot of people are reminding, hey, you know that, Chicago public schools have an average of 20% literacy rates.
Oh, God.
A lot of these people aren't going to be able to read that sign unless
I just
you got
read
pictures.
that story. I'm like, this is midnight basketball on steroids.
Well, maybe you could hire people for the ones that can't read if they could verbalize it to them. Hey, any violence here is not tolerated. Because usually if a gangbanger is trying to hold you up, if you say, hey, that's not tolerated, they say, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
did you read
and
the
go on
sign?
with their day. Yes.
People in reading deserts won't understand
it. All right. Number 4, the governor of Kentucky is demanding proof of life for Senator Mitch McConnell, who's been out of the spotlight for weeks due to a health issue. Team McConnell's posture is you will get nothing and like it. They're not going to do anything. They don't have to. I think.
How about proof of conservatism? Can we get any of that?
It's even tougher.
I think they ought to just start wheeling his near corpse into the Senate like the Democrats did with Dianne Feinstein.
Oh man, that was one of the
just
saddest
tell
things
her
I ever
what
saw.
button to push and when to push it. Yeah.
Number 3, President Trump telling Fox News the U.S. will respond after Iranian attacks on U.S. forces in Jordan. The quote was, "We are going to beat the bleeping bleep out of them." And tomorrow it'll probably be, "We're working on a deal." I don't know. It's back and forth constantly.
It is, yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man, but people are getting frustrated with this.
They are getting frustrated.
What are we
Hear it
doing
more
here?
all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, Anthony Fauci pleading the Fifth today, refusing to answer questions at a Senate hearing, which may set him up for a contempt of Congress charge because the pardon he got might plausibly negate that Fifth Amendment privilege. Rand Paul pledging a vote for next week on that. Number 1, okay, I admit it's not the biggest story of the day. It's related to the biggest story of the day, which is the Fauci testimony or non-testimony. Democrat James Tallarico, running for U.S. Senate in Texas, has an old post that's making the rounds. It's a Christmas Day 2021 picture. It's him holding the Fauci action figure. And he writes, "I got the coolest action figure for Christmas. Thank you to all the healthcare superheroes working today. let's help by getting vaxxed and boosted. What?
Wow.
Not only is a weird little guy, he's a dork.
Yeah.
But I do like that the action figure, it says for ages 14 plus, and this was right around the time that the Biden administration was telling toddlers to get vaccinated. So you can get this brand new vaccine injected into you at a young age, but don't play with the Fauci doll.
You're not old enough for that.
Yeah, not old. Yeah, that's dangerous.
Of course.
Well, and Gretchen Whitmer and the pillow, and
Oh, right.
all these weirdos that did that stuff, the T-shirts, and
Yeah, it was insane, man.
he was, and he went from obscurity to superstardom overnight.
Well, I wonder if Jimmy Kimmel is going to ever
he
question
had
Fauci.
his shirts. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Fauci's just a great American.
yeah, the hero, the great American hero.
New York, I know New York's got a lot of challenges. As far as the state, they see this headline, New York being terrorized by rabid beavers. Now, I remember that beaver attack not too long ago, but there was a whole thing in the New York Post that, and it's also in Jersey, attacking swimmers and fishermen. Multiple victims have been bit.
Dang.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, they say it's very rare to have a rabid beaver attack, but you don't want to tick them off. Those chompers, I mean, they go through trees for crying out loud. Okay, someone said, hey, you don't see any MAGA hats anymore. Who said that? The answer and what's your story? Straight ahead. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer. That's Scott Robbins. Okay. You don't see MAGA hats anymore. Said who?
That is according to Jamie Raskin, Democrat representative. See, Democrats claim that they're running doomsday exercises because they think that Trump is going to steal the midterms.
Okay.
I don't know what that looks like, but Representative Jamie Raskin says, well, it's necessary because he doesn't see Republican support when he's out on the campaign trail.
Okay.
Well, they're not going to see.
We're talking about this kind of stuff all the time because, look, I'm out campaigning in the country, Casey, and I'm seeing huge surging enthusiasm for Democratic candidates all over America. I'm here with my friend Josh Riley right now, Blake Gendabine next. I'm in upstate New York, but we see no evidence of Republican activity anywhere. I don't even see MAGA hats anymore, which makes me afraid that they're just focused on trying to undermine the election or take the election through some kind of strategic mischief.
Mischief? Like what? Trying to get people to show ID to vote?
Yeah.
You know, nothing says we're flailing more than that. You're already making excuses for why you're going to lose.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And the reason you don't see anybody there is because, well, what MAGA people are going to come out to any of your rallies, you dope?
The other thing is, and I made this point earlier, but it's like, well, you know, they normalized assaulting people who were wearing those red hats.
Yes.
People who don't want to get into a fight over a hat just don't wear the red hat anymore.
Right.
And then this guy turns around and says, hey, we're winning because I don't see those red hats anymore. Yeah, because you unleashed a bunch of left-wing boomer lunatics who were going and snatching the hats off of kids.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, if I'm going to the grocery store or something, I'm not going to throw on my MAGA hat and go. I don't want to be stopped. I don't want to be yelled at.
Get your head off! What's with that?
I forget who.
Fascist!
I forget who the comedian was, but it was a couple of years ago who was saying, yeah, I mean, it does take some guts to put on the MAGA hat because you know something's going to happen.
Exactly. I almost feel like I'm asking for it. Yeah.
It's like, that's a guy who wants a fight, who throws on the MAGA cap and goes to Walmart. You know?
Right.
And that's why most people will stay away from that person right now. Because this is a guy who it would make his day if you tried to Karen him.
But it is sad that we live in a time like that.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah, it is. But
it's pathetic.
Again, I mean, why would I do that? Choose to do that? I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, I got stuff to do. I got places to be.
Right, and it's also, you know, the sign of the times because remember last year liberals spent weeks keying Teslas.
Well, yeah.
I mean that there is a violent undercurrent with seemingly normal people. So yeah, if I'm just trying to do my job. I'm just trying to go around, just live my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why am I going to throw on that red hat? Because I'm not ready to throw down.
Well, think about if you're Jewish.
True.
Oh, man.
Put that yarmulke on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to run into.
They don't run into places with T-shirts that say "Not a Jew."
Yeah.
Just in case. Please don't do this. But I would be more worried about their women beating me up than their men, because their men are going to beat you up.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But as we mentioned, all these different people, you're in fear of people on the left going after you.
Right.
But the biggest fear that we should have as Americans is white supremacy.
Right.
Of course. Yeah. I'm worried about that guy. Yeah.
Unreal, man. Okay. So there's the big honor for Lindsey Graham. A lot of people talking about him in a number of different ways. There was a lot of funny lines with this.
Yeah.
And Trump gave out his phone number again?
Yeah, he did. He talked about Lindsey Graham at the funeral, gave a very nice speech. And I always like the funeral jokes that come out, because a lot of times they're from the heart and they're funny. And, well, President Trump did that.
Okay.
As you remember, Lindsey and I did not exactly get off to the best of starts. Running against each other. Back in 2016, Lindsey said something rather nasty on his flight to becoming the next president of the United States. So naturally, I did something that I shouldn't have done. I shared his personal cell phone number with the millions of people that happened to be watching that particular day as I made a speech, a very important speech. And I remember the number 202-228. If anybody wants to give it a shot. His phone exploded. He said, I had that number for 20 years. His phone totally, I don't know what he did with it. But it was Lindsey who had the last laugh, because while I blew up his phone for one day, we became great friends, and Lindsey did not stop calling me for the next 10 years. It was not easy.
I do like whoever actually wrote the line. I do love. Naturally, I did something I shouldn't have.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty good. I remember, too, Lindsey Graham doing the videos of how to destroy a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like one was with a hammer. Yeah. Different ways to do it. Yeah. Sort of rolled with it. It was amazing when they became as close as they did.
Yeah.
But Trump's done that, with a number of people.
Well, yeah. His Secretary of State.
Yes. The whole thing with Rubio, man, is wild. All right, it's that time. Do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. May not be the biggest story, but it caught your attention. You want to bring it in. David, what's your story here?
Well, this is related to the biggest story of the day. Anthony Fauci, of course, testifying, pleading the fifth 111 times. And apparently he has a Twitter account. He's not very active on it. He's got two tweets. One when he first joined Twitter, and now this one that he posted, I guess, today, where it's a picture of him looking sternly up at the senators in front of him. It's like from sort of like lower behind the desk where he was testifying. So it's got Anthony Fauci, MD, the little name card there. And then he's looking very serious up at the senators. And his caption is good versus evil.
You got to be joking.
I'm not joking.
Did he just out himself as evil?
Right? I mean, I don't know.
Well, what other choice is there?
Yeah.
Well, I
don't think it's what he meant.
No, I think that it's odd. And the other odd thing is there's a note on the tweet itself that says made with AI. Bro, you're so vain you had to have AI touch up your own photo?
Wow.
What a load this guy is.
Oh, yeah. Well, Julia Roberts has a thing for me.
Yeah.
She finds me sexy, and who could blame her? I saw that clip so many times where she's talking about how great he is.
Oh, yeah.
And then, she's like, well, we're going to be talking to him, and then he appears on screen, and she gasps. And it's like, oh, there he is. And he wrote all about it in his diary. I know you guys talked about it, but my goodness.
How rad that we have maybe the coolest man on the planet right now. Wow, and there's the room. This is intense. Does anybody else have
Hello. Hi there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is a thrill for me. You truly have emerged as a personal hero for me.
I bet when she's with her guy, she's thinking about me. And I know maybe I'm a little bit too short. She's quite a bit taller than me, as most women are. But I'd climb that mountain if given the opportunity.
Climb her like a redwood. Yes.
Gasping.
What a load.
Oh, there he is. It's him. It's my personal hero. That's your personal hero. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have more respect if she went on X today and said, you know what? I thought this guy was telling the truth. I can't believe all this.
I was duped.
Not going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Scotty, what's your story?
Tim Hortons, a Canadian restaurant chain, about 8,000 locations, or about 3,800 rather, in Canada, and about 800 or so in the U.S. Well, yesterday, the company announced that it was partnering up with Harry Potter for some new donuts tied to the house colors in the novels. Apparently, this is timed for some annual event going on for fans of the books. Now, the Tim Horton collaboration celebrates the annual Back to Hogwarts event, which Harry Potter fans celebrate the new year, blah, 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 on and on it goes. Well, not everybody's happy with it. You know who's not happy with it?
Who?
LGBTQIA.
Okay, whatever.
While many Canadians have a deep connection to Harry Potter franchise, many others cannot separate the franchise from J.K. Rowling, one of the world's most prominent voices opposing trans rights and inclusion, who has used her influence and financial resources to support efforts that are harmful to trans and gender-diverse communities.
No, it's not. She lives in reality.
Harmful.
Yeah, name one.
Harmful. As a brand that is synonymous with Canada, Tim Hortons and their partnerships should reflect Canada, a country that is inclusive and proud of its diversity. Tim Hortons' partnership with Harry Potter's franchise contributes to the continued visibility and commercial success of a brand associated with a person whose public advocacy has contributed to anti-trans narratives and the rollback of trans rights across the country. J.K. Rowling has done that on her own.
Boy, I'll tell you, man. The Troons are picking a bad fight there. Getting between a Canadian and Timmy's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work.
I don't think it's going to work either, but, you know, in 2026, you just can't have nice things, I guess. Huh?
Well, maybe they could play off one of the ideas you just sort of had there, is they could give them free French fries.
Maybe so.
Maybe that'd make it okay.
I was thinking ahead, Jamie. I didn't kick the word. That wasn't it.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to switch my story. I'm going to go with a restaurant story for mine.
Okay.
Just on top of yours. Because I thought of you when I saw this. But it's going to irritate a ton of people. It has to do with Popeyes. Have you heard about their self-service kiosk asking if you want to give a tip?
No, I have not seen this.
Yes, people are so tired of the tip nonsense. So this was what? Auburn Hills, Michigan, Great Lakes Crossing, self-service machine asks for a tip. Like, are you joking me? And I looked at the screen, and here it is, a little picture of it. You can see right here. The payment, subtotal, it's got taxes and fees. So there's the total. It's $14.92. And then in this rectangle square, it says, add a tip, a small way to thank the folks behind your crispy, juicy meat. What? It's either meat or meal, I'm not sure. Either way, 5%, 10%, 15%, no tip, custom. They're like, no, that's your job. What are we doing? We got to tip everybody?
Yes.
For the people that prepared it. Because it used to be if you were getting carry-out, well, you got to tip the people that actually put the food in the box.
Yeah.
Wait a second, isn't that their job?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, when I was a busboy, are you going to tip me for clearing the dishes? No, that's your job.
And, you know, corporate has
Did no one tip me for washing the dishes, too?
Right. No.
Back to that, which sucked. Man, why is it washing dishes in a restaurant, at least the two I worked in, stunk like crazy? Mm-hmm. Just did.
Volume, I guess.
I don't know.
But, you know, I mean, does corporate okay this stuff? I guess they do on their kiosks, right?
You have to. Yeah.
I like the way they give you the percentages.
Yeah, how much do you want to tip?
Yeah, how much?
How about zero?
Here's a tip.
I don't know, though, man. But if it's Popeyes, you know, the guy smoking behind the counter might actually shiv you. Those guys know how to fight, okay? I've seen the videos from Popeyes.
Oh, God. Just tip and no one gets hurt.
Yes.
Got it. Oh, dude, we got a doozy here. Woman's 32, dude's 75.
Yes.
Not in the pool.
In the pool.
In front of kids?
Yes.
No. Nimrod's in the news and a news update next.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
As we celebrate 250 years of freedom, freedom to govern ourselves, freedom to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, let me ask you a question. What does financial freedom look like today, and do you have it? Because it looks like insulation from inflation. It looks like a hedge against global instability and global divestment from the US dollar. It looks a lot like owning physical gold. It's Stephen Gardner for Monetary Gold, who have been helping Americans diversify with gold for the past 26 years. Did you know you can own physical gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account? Learn how with a free copy of Gold in Modern America from Monetary Gold. Claim it at StephenLovesGold.com. Find freedom with gold. Visit StephenLovesGold.com or call 800-608-1770 for a one-on-one consultation. Claim your free guide at StephenLovesGold.com or call 800-608-1770. Performance may vary. Consult your tax and financial professional.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. You know the world changes very quickly. That can create chaos for your savings. There's a free report you can check out called The Secret War on Cash. And it explores financial trends that could affect your savings, your purchasing power, and the way you use money in the years ahead. Most Americans won't recognize these changes until they're already affecting their everyday lives.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Swiss America created the Secret War on Cash. For more than 40 years, Swiss America has helped Americans understand the forces shaping the economy and their financial future. They believe the information in this report is too important to ignore, so read it and decide for yourself.
Yeah, don't wait on this. Don't sleep on it. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR to request your free report. Again, call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. Don't wait now. Request your free copy of The Secret War on Cash. Do it today. And tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
News update, David Van Camp.
Texas Democrat Joaquin Castro going after ICE on MS Now as they're reporting that ICE is showing up at airports nationwide.
What is the purpose here?
I think the purpose is cruelty, and the purpose is to send this message that we don't like immigrants and we don't want anybody here. And you're right, Donald Trump, and during his campaign, sold the country on this idea that we're going to go after criminals and we're going to deport criminals. But what we've seen is that instead of going after the worst of the worst, in many cases, they've gone after the best of the best. People that have lived here for decades, who have families, who have not committed any crimes at all, who have been productive members of society.
All this Wiener does is lie.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
And for sanctuary cities, they told you.
Yep.
What's going to happen is the exact thing you don't want to happen if you don't let us come and get the bad ones out of the jails. Mm-hmm. We're going to go into neighborhoods. We're going to go anywhere we got to go to find them. And if we round up other people in that process, they're going too. You don't want that. They didn't listen. Don't know what to tell you. Moose out front should have told you.
Yeah.
Now it's Nimrods.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the news. We go to Texas. Waco at the Central Texas Marketplace Apartment Complex Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock. Well, there's Emily Parma. She's 32. And Douglas Faith, he's 75.
Yeah, a little age difference there.
And it looks like they're getting busy. According to the news report, grinding and thrusting and making loud sexual moans in the corner of a pool there at the old apartment complex.
Sunday fun day.
Witnesses called 911, told police the freak show was making their children uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? Get the kids out of there!
Freak show.
You kidding me? The cops arrived. Dude confessed, yes, she was on top of me, but we weren't having sex because he has, and something you're an expert in, Scott, a penile implant.
Well, I think we should explain why. We can do that later, but I personally have no knowledge of it.
You are kind of an expert in it.
Well,
But anyway, he did admit there was contact between the two, so they were arrested, and that's Nimrod's in the news.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. More a little bit later.
Yeah, okay.
On how Robbins is an expert in many different things.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I'm not an expert in, and that's what we'll talk about, yes.
Okay.
You made me an expert, but I'm not.
So Anthony Fauci had to just sit and take a beating today. That was probably the best news that came out of this, and that hopefully there'll be more Americans that know exactly what he did to the country.
The spin is on right now that, this just mean Rand Paul going after Anthony Fauci, and they will not tell their audiences on MS Now or anybody else what exactly. Because, let's just take the lab out of it for a second. Let's say, okay, we never know 100% whether or not it came out of that lab. What we do know, what is not really in debate, is that there was a discussion from high-level scientists, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, within the federal government to obfuscate everything. It was clear they wanted to cover their own butts. That's a big story.
They funded gain-of-function research. They did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even in dispute.
No, not at all.
And Fauci, in 2012, was it talked about how great gain-of-function research was. Mm-hmm. Then in 2014, was it Obama's like, we can't be doing this here.
Yeah.
So what did he do? Fund it in other countries.
Yes.
And that's what happened at the Wuhan lab.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's not just funding it in other countries either. It's them getting together and redefining what gain of function is.
Yes.
Where they said, well, it's no longer we're going to mess around with this virus and see what happens to try to get ahead of any natural mutation. No, their strict definition, in order to get sort of unbanned or get around a ban on this, was to say that you had to know what the outcome was going to be in order for it to qualify as gain of function research.
Come on. It's just a joke. And, he used to say...
there is, if you completely ban all gain-of-function research, then you're going to interfere with some of the important things we need to do.
Really? Like what? You getting awards?
Yeah.
You finding some sort of, quote, cure for something that you could take the credit for? This guy's a piece of work. And then lying about what he knew.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the CIA... and even the FBI telling him, hey, dude, this didn't come from a wet market. It came from that lab.
Yeah.
It came from the wet market.
Yeah.
Just a joke. So this was Rand Paul to Fauci today.
Yes.
The chairman has denied your assertion of privilege and directed you to answer. but you nonetheless refuse and stand on privilege despite the existence of the pardon. The committee will have to consider, after this hearing, what appropriate action should be taken against you for the failure to testify after being directed to do so. It's against the law to obstruct an investigation of Congress. There will be repercussions to your refusal to testify today.
Pleading the fifth 111 times today.
And so there's going to be a contempt of Congress committee vote next week, apparently.
Okay.
Where's that going to go? Predictions?
Well, I think it'll it might pass the Senate overall, and then as far as actually going to an actual jury trial, no way. No. Wrong jurisdiction, man.
Yeah. Yeah, part of the fun today, Josh Hawley.
What day of the week is it today?
Hello.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel,
And it just goes on like
I
this.
respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth
Yeah.
Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice.
Ah! It's on and on and on. But they did. They just made him out to be a clown, which is good. So, yeah, we'll see what happens
He
there.
had his defenders.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just great. Such an American hero.
This is a travesty that you're being brought here today.
Blah, blah, blah.
Terrible.
Yes. Other news out there. Oh, Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, apparently not happy. Trump selling weapons to Turkey. I mean, Turkey not a fan of Israel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand it,
Like
but
fighter
Trump's not
jets.
having it. What's that?
He's selling fighter jets. That's what they're
Dude.
talking about. I'm not good with
Yeah.
that either. I get a little bit
I know.
nervous.
Like, uh-oh.
Well, you can lease them or buy them, you know.
Here it is.
Turkey's been a great ally for me. You know, I think he's done a very good job. Did a good job with Syria. He's a friend of mine, and nobody tells me what we should be selling and not. Turkey's been a tremendous ally for me. It was up to Turkey. Turkey's not a big fan of Israel. You know that, right? And not a big fan of Bibi. But he is. They've been great for me. Turkey has been great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People a little... I understand it, man.
Yeah.
A little anxious
Pairing up
about
with
that one.
Saudi Arabia. I mean, what is it? One decade they're your friend and then they're your enemy, and it just kind of goes in a cycle like that?
Yep.
Yeah. Wouldn't count on that one long term, that is for sure. Other news. Oh, Seattle. You guys were on this over the last couple of days.
Yeah. So there was a terrible shooting at a food festival, very crowded place. I mean, a toddler was shot.
It was terrible.
And people were killed. And, you know, the city of Seattle, you can tell they are just not up to this. The Katie Wilson, the trust fund socialist mayor is just deer in the headlights through all of this. And their response has been terrible. Like, they didn't let people know for 5 hours that a suspected gunman was on the loose. And they delayed it because they were waiting for local dignitaries to arrive for the press conference.
Inexplicable.
It's so sickening. And then you got the police chief, Sean Barnes, at a conference in Dallas when it happened. But also his primary residence is in Chicago.
Yeah, wife and kids are there.
Hybrid remote work police chief. I didn't know that that position existed.
He's got an apartment in Seattle.
Yes. So he was asked yesterday by Jonathan Cho how often he travels back to Chicago, and he decided to crack a joke here at the end.
Okay.
Certainly, I don't travel as often as I would like to. I think any reports that I'm gone every weekend are grossly misstated. I don't have that kind of money. I'm here in Seattle. I love the neighborhood that I live in. I love my community. They love me. They know me. They see me all the time. You know, don't love the rent that I'm paying, but, you know, affordability is something that we're working on. Is that right, Mayor? So I feel good about being here in Seattle. I love this community. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So your wife and kids are in Chicago.
Yeah.
You have an apartment in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go back every weekend like they say. Well, I think the question was how often?
Yeah.
A couple times a month?
Oh.
Do they come out, or is this just what?
One way?
I don't know. Or do you not see them at all? I don't know. That doesn't seem like a great family life.
No.
You can run it however you want, but as far as if you're Seattle, you would kind of want your police chief there as a permanent resident.
Yeah. At first, and we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, like at first I thought it was going to be one of these like sort of gotcha things, like, oh, he doesn't live in the city of Seattle proper, but he lives in a suburb or something. I'm like, yeah, okay, that feels a little ticky-tack to me a little bit, but whatever. And then it's like, wait a minute, his primary residence, his family lives in Chicago?
Yeah. How does that work? It's not like Seattle can't attract, like, well, we got no options. This is the only person we could find, and it's sad that they, actually kind of live, how many states away? But we have no other options. No, you would have options.
Yeah, you need to go to more job fairs if you don't.
Right. It's
something.
Crazy. But, dude, and you were out yesterday. This was an astounding moment at the press conference where...
Oh, I saw it.
It was.
I mean, dude, they're talking about, hey, how are you going to address this? Because the response, not from the officers on the ground, but from leadership, has been kind of embarrassing. And, I mean, this dude goes into like midnight basketball territory.
Everyone should be angry. But with that anger, you should also be asking yourself, what can I do to prevent this? We have to start partnering together. We have to start working together on this issue of gun violence and getting information out and providing opportunities for people so that things like this do not happen. If I had, really a crystal ball, it would be that we could work with our young people, work with our groups, and make sure that they understand that this is not the way to go. This incident affected a lot of people. Internally, people who visited our amazing city.
Of course.
Just coming off a very successful event with the FIFA where we had no incidents, and to have something like this this weekend is solely, definitely unacceptable.
Yep. We need to teach our young people that they shouldn't shoot people at food festivals.
Right. So what you need to do, Seattle resident, is ask, what can I do?
Yeah.
Maybe for these youngsters, they just haven't had what? Proper education, that shooting, bullets into a crowd is not a good idea for your future?
Well, developing more programs is always the answer.
No, I always hate this. And as a news reporter, I had to do this too, where there'd be like the community against violence and everybody has to team up. They're like, we need to come together as a community. No,
because I need dads. You need dads present.
Yeah,
just say it.
Yeah.
You freaking cowards.
Yeah,
that's the problem. You will never address it.
Yeah,
they're not present, and you have a whole culture that sort of celebrates it or glamorizes it. Don't have to take care of your kids, blah, blah, blah. And this is what you get. And then it's always, but it's up to all of us. No, actually, it's not. You're going to have to start throwing people in jail. Or you're going to have this city, be like Chicago. Chicago's so bad, that guy's like, dang, I ain't working here. I'll fly to Seattle. But it's going to turn into the same thing. Everybody's sick and tired of it, man. You need a family structure. And I know it's not going to fix everything, and there are crappy dads out there too. But this is cyclical. It doesn't take a genius to spot it. But if you point it out, you know what you're going to get called?
Yeah.
Racist!
What was the Chris Rock bit? I take care of my kids. You're supposed to take care of
Of course. And some of us...
What do you want, a cookie?
Some of us have volunteered with different programs trying to address this very issue. Hate to break it to you. A lot of these young guys, they ain't listening to old Whitey, I guarantee you. It's going to take more black men getting involved in every single city. I mean, if somebody's got a better idea, let me know, but I don't see it changing.
And some have, and I know some who have. And
yes, done their best.
They become very involved. Yeah. Mentoring programs and everything else that goes on, because that's ultimately right. The examples have to be set somehow.
Well, we have to switch gears here because you have to address you being an expert when it comes to penile implants.
I'm not an expert on penile implants. I'm not.
From this story, it was earlier.
Yes.
From Nimrod's in the News, where you had this woman who's 32 was on top of this 75-year-old guy in an apartment complex pool.
In a pool.
But he's claiming they didn't actually have
And of course, because he has an implant. Now,
Well, I thought that was, but I thought you were supposed to be able to if you had an implant.
well, you're the expert. That's why
I'm
we're
not
coming
an
to-
expert.
We'll explain.
Okay, one radio
because
show. That's
you
it.
did a whole radio show, a whole hour on it.
I did.
I thought you were an expert. Maybe you can explain that coming up in a few. And the 5 stories we're watching today, straight ahead.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
As we celebrate 250 years of freedom, freedom to govern ourselves, freedom to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, let me ask you a question. What does financial freedom look like today, and do you have it? Because it looks like insulation from inflation. It looks like a hedge against global instability and global divestment from the US dollar. It looks a lot like owning physical gold. It's Stephen Gardner for Monetary Gold, who have been helping Americans diversify with gold for the past 26 years. Did you know you can own physical gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account? Learn how with a free copy of Gold in Modern America from Monetary Gold. Claim it at StephenLovesGold.com. Find freedom with gold. Visit StephenLovesGold.com or call 800-608-1770 for a one-on-one consultation. Claim your free guide at StephenLovesGold.com or call 800-608-1770. Performance may vary. Consult your tax and financial professional.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and now the 5 stories we're watching today.
Okay. Number 5, Chicago has posted 7,000 signs across city buses and trains saying violence on the CTA will not be tolerated. There you go. No, number 4.
Unbelievable.
The governor of Kentucky.
Well, no, that solves it.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, Yeah. Don't do it. Stop it.
Don't.
Don't you remember in gym when the horseplay will not be tolerated? We all stopped.
Yeah, right. Well, it says right there you can't do it.
Yeah, it says it.
I was going to, but I'm not now.
Right.
Number 4, the governor of Kentucky is demanding proof of life for Senator Mitch McConnell. McConnell's team is just not going to respond to any of that. Number 3, President Trump says Fox News, or tells Fox News, that the U.S. will respond after attacks on U.S. forces in Jordan by Iran. It says we're going to beat the bleeping bleep out of them. Stop talking and start doing it. That's my take on that. Like, just go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's roll.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Federal Reserve leaves interest rates unchanged for the 5th time this year, and Kevin Warsh's second policy meeting as chairman. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yes.
Number 1, Anthony Fauci pleaded the 5th today during a Senate hearing. Now Rand Paul is going to set him up for a contempt of Congress charge. Now, those are the top 5 stories that we're watching today. Brickhouse Nutrition designed lean for frustrated dieters with 10 pounds or more to lose. Let's get you started. 20% off plus free rush shipping. Go to TakeLean.com. Use promo code MVCR. That's promo code MVCR at TakeLean.com. Scott Robbins, the expert in penile implants.
I'm not an expert in penile implants, first of all.
The story out of Texas, apartment complex in Waco. This woman, 32, was on top of this 75-year-old guy named Douglas Faith. Her name's Emily Parma. Anyway, They got arrested, but in the story, the dude said, yeah, she was on top of me in the pool, but we weren't having sex because he has a penile implant. And knowing that you've hosted radio shows where this was a topic of conversation for the full hour.
First of all, a radio show, not radio shows, plural, once.
You only did it one time?
Yes, once.
I thought it was twice.
No, once.
Oh, that's right. Another friend of ours hosted a different one.
Yeah.
You had to. I thought he volunteered.
No, well, if he volunteered, good for him. Because
anyway,
I wanted no part of it.
But it was all about the educational process
Yes.
of what that is.
What it is, how it works. Yeah.
And it went into graphic detail. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I remember knowing
God,
that you were going to do it, and I was like, I've got to hear this for myself.
It was 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, it was
too.
bad. Yeah, we wound up killing that because somebody had sold it, and it was
bad. It was one of the greatest pieces of radio I've ever heard in my life. I was laughing out loud.
Yeah, there were a couple of different.
To hear
people.
you squirm during it, Scott.
I was. Oh God.
There was one
beyond out
guy
of my
who came who actually did fill in and started doing it, and they had a client come in who was supposed to be anonymous, and the guy hosting the show gave out his first and last name.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
no!
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I wondered about the whole thing. Because I don't know if they got to be triggered. I don't know if there's batteries. I don't know how it works. I don't know.
You still don't know?
I don't know. I mean, I remember them talking about... Dude, all I could think of was... I wish I could play 40 minutes of music right now. Back to back without the yak. I
But
wish I
at the
could. Yeah.
time, you were a pro. You were asking...
I was asking...
Quizzical
I had a
questions.
sheet of questions
Okay.
that was handed to me like 10 minutes before we went on.
As we're running out of time, so is
Yeah.
this guy telling the truth? It couldn't have happened because he has the plant? I thought that
well,
was...
I don't know. I assumed he could still.
Okay.
But I may be wrong. I don't know.
Can you find out the answer for the trifecta, your big three of the
Maybe
day?
you got to remove it for water.
'Cause
I
that
don't.
is
I don't
next.
know.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Got the Robbins trifecta coming up in just a few. News update, David Van Camp.
Oh, a couple of things related to the Fauci testimony. One, again, Anthony Fauci posting an AI massaged photo of himself on X, and it says good versus evil on it.
Unreal.
Are we supposed to be able to know what the good is and who the evil is?
Well, for him, he's the good.
Well, I know that's what he thinks of himself.
He is the science. But also, and I haven't had time to really listen to all of this because it's a longer clip, but Mark Halperin, I know he's one of your go-to pundits, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of out of his mind right now. I can't believe there are still people in the media who are still defending this guy.
Yeah.
It's like you can say, hey, man, he did the best he could, but he absolutely did lie about a
Yes.
lot of things. Like that, both can be true. You can still say, hey, I respect some of his work or whatever, but yeah, you don't have to act like he was the savior of COVID because he wasn't.
Correct. Thing with Halperin, if you listen to him much, he's certainly not on the right. I mean, I think he really tries to be as straight a shooter as he can. And I don't agree with everything he says, but I think when he looks at journalism as a whole and see where it's gone, he will be honest about it. Not only that, he used to be a part of it.
Yeah, he worked inside the house. Yeah, absolutely.
So to see it go where it is now, and as an independent guy, yeah, it grinds his gears. So he talks about it, and it's always interesting to me. You know, whether it's he's going off on Scott Pelley or whoever, because they deserve it. And then Jake Tapper, what a joke with all this. Because, you know, CNN as a whole, think about this whole Fauci diary thing. They take a hit, too. I mean, Jake Tapper, he was not doing honest reporting.
No.
He's having dinner with the guy. And Fauci is feeding him questions to ask him. And then Tapper never challenges him on anything. And all that, it just, on it went. And, dude, Chris Cuomo, you know, you would put him on all the time. And, yes, you're also a friend, Chris, you know. as Chris is talking about, what, because he faked the COVID thing?
I have spoken to you almost without exception every day. And you have been calling me out of personal concern to make sure that I'm okay, that my wife was okay, that my son was okay. 11 o'clock at night, later, waiting for my show to end, Saturday, Sunday morning, the rare time you have with your family. Why?
Well, first of all, because you're a friend. I mean, we have a professional relationship, but you're a friend.
Yeah, you're a friend.
Was that when he was in the basement working out?
Yeah, he finished the workout and finally he was fine.
Oh, when he faked having COVID?
Yeah, right. When he was in the basement, yeah.
Yeah.
And he came rolling out of the basement, drenched in sweat because of the intense workout right before he went on the air.
Yeah. And then all the correspondence between Fauci and Deborah Burke, is it Burks, right?
Yeah. Scarf lady.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Golly. It's infuriating going through all that. We'll see what happens with it. I mean, I'm not totally hopeful that he's going to go to jail.
No, me either. He's 85 years old, yeah.
And I think with Halpern saying what he said, the guy's legacy is...
Oh, forever tarnished. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it imploded.
Forever, yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
And anyone that says, well, I think he was great for us, you're outing yourself as a dope.
Well, that's just
if you say that at this point.
Partisan hackery at that point, yes.
Yes. All right, totally agree. You ready for your big three?
Yep.
And do you have any update on any sort of implant?
No, I don't. No,
okay,
I don't.
People were wondering. They were
I don't.
messaging the show. Is Scott going to address this?
Messaging the show.
That was... They are.
Okay, all right. Well, if they're messaging the show, then no, I don't have any more to say on the subject, nor will I have anything more to say on the subject.
Again, this was all from the story out of Waco with this couple that apartment complex pool, and they were doing relations. The weird part was the guy said that they weren't actually having intercourse because he has a penile implant.
Which we didn't understand because I thought it would.
But he did admit there was sexual contact between the two. They were still both arrested. But because you did a radio show, the whole hour was about that. Yeah. So,
well, I think did I win an award for that?
Well, I do have to say that a guy named Jackson, he's from Abilene, is asking you a question about that, Scott, since you are the expert. His is stuck on vibrate mode.
In the water?
How do you fix that, Scott?
I don't know if there is a vibrate mode on them, Jackson, but thanks for asking.
Are you ready for your big three?
And his name is Jackson, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
1, 2, put my shoe on.
It's the three most important news stories of the day.
I hit the trifecta.
Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins' top three stories helped by his hero.
I'm Casey Kasem.
Casey, are you an expert on penile implants?
No way.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I didn't think so, but I want
Three.
to ask anyway.
And he wouldn't have hosted it.
I don't know.
All right, more WNBA drama. That's number 3 in the trifecta.
Yeah, just days after the Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham found herself under fire for defending women's sports, Seattle Storm center Stephanie Dolson appeared to offer a statement of her own, arriving for Tuesday night's game wearing a shirt that read, "Trans rights are human rights."
Original.
Own it, Stephanie. Anyway, on its own, by the way, the shirt was probably no big deal, but considering what was going on and they were playing the Fever, well, it became a big deal at that point in time. Now, for her part, I will say this: Sophie Cunningham did not back down. She stands by what she said, and she's not going to back down.
Really a terrific lady.
Yeah, and it's very interesting right now. I see how this thing's playing out. Now, my daughter, just a story here. My daughter, who knows nothing and doesn't care one iota about sports, right, said to me, "I want to go see Sophie and Caitlin playing a game. I like what's going on there." And I'm like, "Wow, okay."
Yeah.
Not that we'll go, but I'll just say, okay, well,
all over social media.
It's crazy the effect this is having.
Yeah, no good.
And again, the WNBA diving into these waters all the time is beyond me. I don't know why they can't stay above the fray and just enjoy the ride because they've had a nice year.
Doesn't matter.
And dude, you just shoot yourself time and time again.
Yes.
Now, on with the countdown. I don't understand it.
Scott Robbins trifecta, top 3 of the day. Up to number
2.
Number 2, prediction markets are taking bets on whether or not Minnesota's ban on prediction markets will
Yeah,
be
it may not
declared
stand,
legal.
but it is right now. Federal judge yesterday blocked Minnesota from enforcing a newly enacted law that made the state the first national in the state to outright ban prediction markets like Kalshi, Polymarket, those kind of things. District judge there issued a preliminary injunction on behalf of the Kalshi and Polymarket community. Their trading commission there said that under federal law, it's likely preempted the state law, which was set to take effect on Saturday. They said, no, not so fast. They're not going to do that. They're going to allow it to continue. Tim Walz, of course, because he's on his way out, he's decided he's going to go ahead and plant the flag on his side of the aisle, saying, well, this needs to be banned, and they're saying, no, it doesn't. Anyway, further involvement's coming up in other states, too, that are thinking about banning Polymarket in their states.
You know what the U.S. Senate midterm winner chances are right now?
What's that?
What do you think? Republican, what percentage chance?
What percent chance the Republicans maintain the majority?
Yes.
52%.
David?
53.
David the winner, 55.
Really? That's better than I thought.
Yes.
And the countdown continues.
Scott Robbins trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, 1.
You can bet on it in Minnesota now, too, by the way. So go ahead.
Number 1, this is kind of grim. There's a lease option for phones.
Yeah, this is... Apple just announced that starting in July of 28, customers will no longer be forced to pay for their products up front. The tech giant will be rolling out Apple Upgrade, which is a leasing program for products with the help of something called Klarna, a buy now, pay later platform. The newer leasing option is set to replace the iPhone Upgrade program with more devices and a new pricing structure. Financing or leasing your phone. Customers will be able to lease a variety of other pricey items, too. Apple Watches, Macs, iPads on the Apple Store online. Yeah. In the Apple Store app and at the Apple Store locations in the U.S., options include either 12 or 24-month leases for iPhone, Apple Watch, 24 and 36-month leasing options for Mac and an iPad.
Whoa.
Man.
I mean, to me, it kind of makes sense because a lot of people do turn in their, like, they may have a payment plan with their provider.
Right.
And then they constantly upgrade it anyway. So Apple's trying to get into that market because a lot of people do change their phones once a year or every other year.
Yeah.
But
you also think of it this way. $1,000, say in 1996, 30 years ago, is worth what now? About $2,000.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You used to do the old rent a big screen TV.
Yeah.
The rent to own sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you thought, well, that's not exactly the wisest thing to do financially, but people did it, and people will probably do this.
Oh, they definitely will.
Do you remember the first thing you financed in your life?
Yeah.
I do, too. It was a VCR.
You financed the VCR?
Well, I did it because it was a friend of mine who had the store, owned the store.
What a loser.
And he was like, yeah, everybody wins on this kind of deal, you know. So I did. It was like $450.
So you had to take out a loan?
Well, no, I guess in what you're saying.
For
yes.
a VCR?
It was $490 at the time or $500 or something like that. Yeah.
No, mine was just a car.
Yeah. I didn't have to do that for a while.
You had, how?
I got paid cash. I had like $2,000 cars.
Okay.
You know, it's not like I had a nice car.
You were actually doing the Ramsey plan before Ramsey.
Yeah, and then I went out and blew it on a VCR.
Oh, yeah.
Well, also, maybe he was, spinning a couple of extra records in order to get the new car.
Oh, that's right. Were you under the payola by then?
No, I was working for stations. It didn't matter what we played. Nobody cared.
Oh, at that time, yeah.
We had no listeners.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember one time, man, you had no idea. You went and did a remote for a car dealer, and they sold you a car there.
At the remote.
And you had no plans of buying any sort of car. You're like, yeah, I really like this car. Well, you should buy it. Maybe I will.
And I did.
That is still wild to me.
And there you have it.
Scott Robbins, trifecta.
Okay, I'll buy it now.
But you loved that car.
Great car, yeah.
You really did? Okay. A news update to get to. Man, and I got 3 Nimrods to choose from. I'll let you choose next. You don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. Just buy groceries, fill up the tank, or pay a utility bill. The question is, what do you do about it? Sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
That's why you should check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years, and they put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. When you request your copy, you get no sales pitch, no obligation, just information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to help protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
Learn about your options. Do it today. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MBCR for your free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MBCR. Tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from Big Wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. It's true, the world changes very quickly, and that can create chaos for your savings. There is a free report you can check out. It's called The Secret War on Cash. It talks about financial trends that could affect your savings, your purchasing power, and the way you use money in the years ahead. Most Americans won't recognize these changes until they're already affecting their everyday lives.
That's true. That's exactly why Swiss America put out this report, The Secret War on Cash. For more than 40 years, Swiss America has helped Americans understand the forces that are shaping the economy and their financial future. They believe the information in this report is too important to ignore. Read it and decide for yourself.
And don't wait around on this either. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MBCR. Request your free report. Again, call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MBCR. Don't wait on this. Request your free copy of The Secret War on Cash. Do it today and tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
News update, David Van Camp.
Well, I don't know if it's a news update as much as it's just kind of funny. So, when you go to pay at a convenience store, sometimes the little kiosk will ask you if you'd like to round up for some charity, whatever tax break the company is looking for, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Well, they have self-checkout kiosks at some Circle K locations, the gas station. Mm-hmm. One guy bought a couple of Gatorades and a hot dog, and it said, "Would you like to donate to the American Red Cross?" Okay. It put him down for $8.5 billion.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's like, my credit limit is, only $2 billion. Dang. So, of course, that was just a glitch, and he wasn't charged, $8.5 billion that he doesn't have.
Put a dent in your checking account. Wow.
It's is your last name Musk or Bezos? Because if not, probably not going to be able to cover that.
Because apparently it is, they're experimenting with like AI-driven checkout procedures.
Oh, boy.
And so the AI hallucinated, I guess Elon Musk sitting there. No, they
Yeah,
just
dude.
just came up with a number and tried to charge him $8.5 billion.
Dang.
That is crazy. All right, we got to get to Nimrods. You guys shows it.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right.
Nimrod's the news. We go to Alabama's Gulf Shores International Airport. This is the old Cannonball caper.
Is it?
Yes. TSA officer Justin Dupree said he got a huge surprise as he was surprised when he was inspecting luggage. Said he found a medicine ball and other similar objects inside the bag of this woman and could not figure out what it was. But it turned out to be 5 cannonballs stolen from Fort Morgan, the military base in Alabama. Now, the passenger, this woman, is like, I have no idea how these cannonballs ended up in my bag.
No idea.
Sure. No
idea.
None.
And you don't
Wow.
believe her?
No. I do can't. Was it Cannonball Tuesday?
No.
Okay.
No, she was telling the truth. It was later determined the passenger's 17-year-old grandchild stole the cannonballs from a storage area at the fort.
Wow.
Said in a statement, he thought the objects, which were wrapped in paper towels, could have been explosives after he saw them in an x-ray machine. The TSA agent's like, oh my gosh,
Well, yeah.
I need to get some quick help here. The larger one's about the size of a grapefruit. So Dupree contacted his supervisor, Dick Cash, who in turn contacted the TSA explosive specialist. And they're all like, what is going on here? And it turns out, yes, they found the cannonballs, tracked them back to Fort Morgan.
Wow.
And they decided not to press charges.
Thank goodness Dick Cash saw him.
No kidding. And that's Nimrod's in the News.